Hey team, good to see you guys. Um, we're gonna give a couple minutes for more people to show up, okay? And then we'll get started. Okay, thanks, Remy. So Cox Internet.
Yeah, it happened for me as well. I'm using a mobile hotspot.
Oh, really? No kidding. Wow. Anybody else having internet trouble? My internet's working fine, but I do have a cat that won't leave me alone. Maybe I should stop petting her. Hmm? Speaking of cats, did anybody see the funny video of when somebody was in a very important meeting, and I think it was a lawyer or something was in a meeting about some legal issue, and uh, somehow his icon on the Zoom call got changed to a cat.
Yeah, that was on today's CNN 10 episode.
That's pretty good stuff. Does anybody know how to do that in Zoom? Okay, somebody needs to figure that out so that I can be a cat next time on or one of these times that we meet. That was too funny. Oh, that's it. Yeah. I should have tried to look it up. I could have surprised you guys. Here, this is the best I can do right now. An actual cat. Hi everyone. Great job on the invitational.
It would have been funny if you just came in and your profile picture was a cat. That would have been really weird.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'll see what I can do. I'll give it a try. All right. I think we got a pretty good group. We got 20 people, or well, 19, not including me. So that's pretty good. It sounds from what Remy said, it sounds like some people might be having internet issues. Anyway. All right, so I only got I think 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, actually 9 or maybe even just 8 responses to my homework assignment. So most of you did not do your homework, which there's no penalty for that, you know. But those of you who did do it, almost to a person, everyone said that the thing that went best about the experience at the invitational was communication. That it was actually pretty easy and pretty error free in terms of communicating with your partner during the test. Is that true? Did anybody experience something different or difficulty with communicating with your partner? Rylan, it was just an email. It was an email I sent. It wasn't a formal homework assignment. I was kind of teasing about that. But it was an email I sent after the invitational, a few days afterwards, I think. Okay, so Sid, you had some connection issues when you did a Zoom call? Yeah. Sounded glitchy. Sure, that can happen. You know, technology is not perfect, but yeah, most people said that communicating with the partner was actually pretty good, which is a good sign. You know, it means that you were doing that, first of all, even if you did have some slight glitchy issues here and there. It means that, first of all, you were communicating with your partner, which is fantastic. And that there are several options actually for doing that. So you know, whatever you did, if it worked well for you, definitely try and do it again when we do the state competition. And if something didn't work well, you know, communication wise, then maybe, you know, before the state competition, try out some other things just on like a trial basis. Speaking of the state competition, does everybody know when that's going to be? I sent around an email. I think I sent it to you guys, but if not, I certainly told your parents when that's going to be. Does everybody know?
The 10th of April.
Perfect. Yes, Saturday, the 10th of April. And that's pretty much all we know about it, except that it's going to be the very same events that, let's see now. Where did I look that up? The very same events that we just did in the Harvard Invitational. Oh, that's not it. Ah, here we go. All right, so I'll share my screen over here momentarily. Okay. Okay, so in Division B, you can see that the events are exactly the same as they were for the Harvard Invitational. Now, what I don't know, and almost certainly will not know until the end of this month, is the exact schedule. So, you know, it's almost a guarantee that the schedule that they set will not be the same as the schedule that the Harvard Invitational was set at. So that means that, pardon me, that means that there may be some overlap. Like if you did, let's say you did, I don't know, fossils and meteorology. I think those are at different time slots. I don't remember, but let's say they were, and you did those two at the Invitational, then you may not be able to do both of those at the state competition because they might overlap. You know what I mean? So yeah, so those were different. So I'm not exactly sure what events you're going to be doing. So we'll just have to kind of, you know, keep going until we know. I mean, in other words, yeah, that doesn't mean anything, does it? Let me speak a little bit more purposefully than that. What I mean is what we'll do in the next sessions until we find out the schedule, the exact schedule at the state competition, what we'll do is we'll keep studying the things that we've been studying, okay? Now, another thing I found out about the state competition is an unfortunate thing, and you probably guessed it by now, that it will be limited to only one team per school, one team of 15, and then 4 alternates. In the past, when alternates, you know, went to the competition and it was held in person, the alternates would actually have something to do. There would be some sort of kind of like an experimental event, you know, that was being tried out at the competition. But I don't know if the alternates are going to have anything like that to do. It doesn't sound like it, because I think they're just going to stick to the events that are listed here. So the alternates really would be just, you know, you'd be there in the event that that someone had to abandon, you know, the event for whatever reason, due to illness or what have you. So so we'll see. But unfortunately, it does mean that only 15 are going to be able to go to the state competition. Now, having said that, I'm going to make a decision this weekend. I'm going to look over the results in more detail, and also look at look back at my videos and see, you know, who attended most of the sessions and who maybe didn't. And I understand, and don't worry, I know that some of you emailed me and said, you know, you have other obligations on Wednesday afternoons or Thursday afternoons and couldn't make it sometimes. So I will take that into account. But I'll have to make the decision about the final team that's going to the state competition this weekend. Meanwhile, what I'd like to ask of you is that if anybody on team one or team, so let's go back to that, to the list there. Where are we? Okay, so anybody on team one here in blue, if you did not enjoy your Harvard Invitational experience and don't want to continue on to the state competition, then please let me know that by email. I'm not saying that's the only possibility that somebody from team two would join us, but it's certainly one possibility. If somebody from team one doesn't feel like participating, then that opens up a spot for somebody on team two. Okay. So make sure you let me know that as soon as you can. If you decided you're just, you know, it just wasn't all that fun or it was too stressful, then just let me know. Right. So that's kind of the update. So we can go over, oh, I forgot to mention some things that went not so well for you guys that you listed at the Harvard Invitational. Most of the problems there were that people said that the tests were too long. How many of you experienced that you felt like the tests were too long?
The fossil test was really long.
Which
Yeah,
one?
the anatomy test. Sorry,
Anatomy?
Emma, you can go first.
Yeah,
The fossil one had like over 90 questions.
wow.
Yeah,
90
the anatomy
questions.
one had 102.
What? How many?
The anatomy one had 102.
102.
Water quality at 130.
Oh my god.
Well,
Somebody
one
got
thing,
it away, huh?
my sister did science Olympiad last year,
Yeah.
and she told me that like they put like 130 questions on a test, but a lot of them like you only have to answer like 50 of them, or like 20 of them because they add questions to like prevent people from cheating. So like you're not supposed to finish them, and they also put questions that you're not supposed to know.
Oh, wow.
So like you're not gonna get every question right, and you're not gonna finish the test. It's
Okay.
also there to like keep people from cheating,
Okay.
and like yeah.
Yeah, cool. All right, so I guess that might explain why some of the tests were crazy long. Did anybody, let's see, were any of the tests kind of short enough that you were easily able to finish them in the 50-minute time period?
35 questions.
The circuit lab one, I believe, had like 32, so nothing too bad.
And what topic was that, Amelia?
Circuit lab.
Okay. And Gabrielle, which was your topic?
Physics science and density were both 35, I think.
Okay, so not too bad, huh? And were you able to finish those?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Nachiket, you have your hand up. What was your comment? No? You can put it in the chat if you don't feel like speaking up. Okay. Okay, anybody else feel that the test was either way too long or, oh, sorry. Nachiket, you already said it. Oh, I got you. Okay. All right, good. Yeah, anybody else feel like the test was too long or maybe just long enough, or even
The
I don't know.
disease detectives test was 93 questions, and the Sybil machines was, I think, like 56.
Okay. How did you do? Were you able to finish either one, Rahul?
We were able to get to like the 54th question on disease sorry, on Sybil machines, but we only able to get to like 25 of disease detectives.
Okay. The other team that did disease detectives, is anybody here from the other team?
Yeah, I was.
Sana, okay. How did it go for you?
It was good. Ours was like 90 questions. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Was it hard? Did you get to finish it or not quite?
We didn't finish it.
No. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, that was a tough one. Has everybody been able to see the results?
I don't know where you saw the individual results.
Okay. So let's go. I don't think I can log in as you. Let me share my screen again. But I can go to, okay, well, that's not it. Okay. Okay, so someone, Julia has asked a question. Does it matter if we can't go to every meeting? Sometimes I can't come to all of them, but I watch all of them online. Yeah, absolutely. If you do that, you know, I can't see when people watch the recordings online. So if you do that, you might just want to send me a note to let me know that, you know, that you watched it online. But yeah, I certainly, like I said before, I certainly understand that nobody or a lot of people can't make every meeting. All right, so I don't remember where I had that window open. I've got too many windows open. So let me just open a new one, yet another new one, and I'll log in here and I'll show you how to find the results. I think. Oh. What happened here? Okay, there we go. Oh. New account. Oh, Maryland? Oh, geez. Okay. All right. You know, I'm just going to close this. I don't know what happened there. I'm going to find the one that I already had open. Just a second. Bear with me. Is it this one? Yeah, it is actually. Okay. Okay. So, where did it go? There we go. Okay, we'll close that out. Cancel. Okay, this is the one. Yes. Let's try this again. Okay. Now, for you guys, I thought you could go under resources or something. Let's go back to the let's go back to that document. That was Student's Guide. Here we go. Okay, so this guide should tell you how to find the results. Additional features. Da, da, da. Oh, maybe not. Let's see. Registered schedule. Welcome packet. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, so this, I think, this document will tell you event schedule, closing ceremony. Oh, maybe not.
I think I might now know how to access the results.
Okay. Do you know which document it was though? Because I know I sent around a document.
Yeah, was it the student guide?
I thought so. Let's see. Ah, student's guide. Okay. Here we go, maybe. Let's hope so. All right. No, wait a minute. That's the one I did. Okay. So you should be able to go to the student dashboard under tournament. Now, I don't think I can do that. Oh, yes, I can. Okay. So go to student dashboard, and then I think here, yes, this is it. So if you go to tournament and then student dashboard, that takes you to this page. And I think under graded tests, you should be able to find yours when you log in with your login ID and password. You should be able to find your results there. If not, let me know, because I certainly have had, so there have been days when I can log on and find our overall results, and days when I get this message, right? Results for the tournament are not available. So if I go to my head coach dashboard and I go under not tournament results, where is it? Yeah, okay. So sometimes I can see it and sometimes I can't. I did manage to export this to a spreadsheet. So I kind of zoomed in on the teams that we need to be concerned with, which of course are our two teams, and also Gallagher Middle School, which is Smithfield's middle school, Smithfield School District. And who else was it? Cumberland had two teams. And then there was another one, Warwick. Yeah, okay. So I downloaded everything to a spreadsheet. So here it is for the schools that were from Rhode Island. Okay. Everything else, by the way, I don't know if everyone got my message about this. So hopefully you did. That these schools, I looked them up. They're from all around the country. They're from California, Texas, Ohio, Georgia. They're from all around the country. And so that's different from previous years too. Previously, it was really just regional in terms of, you know, the Northeast, really. I don't think there were any teams from outside of New England and New York that came to the Harvard Invitational Tournament. Okay. All right. So yeah, so we can see, you know, the how we did in each event here. And we did come in about middle of the pack, which is historically where we've tended to finish in the Harvard Invitational, but we did come in ahead of Gallagher, like I said. So our A team did, and our B team wasn't far behind. So let's see, 49th was our A team, 55th was Gallagher, and then 67th was our B team. But really, you know, excellent results, I thought. So let's take a look at this spreadsheet that I just closed. Okay, here we go. Hold on a sec. I'm seeing some chat messages pop up. Does not show us that. So Gabrielle, what do you mean it doesn't show us what? Oh,
Like, we can't see the results.
you can't see the graded test?
Yeah, we can't see the graded tests.
Okay. All right. I'll write them yet again and tell them that. So I don't know why they're having such trouble kind of making things available, but they are. So I'll write myself a note to do that.
Like we can see the spreadsheet thingy,
Yeah,
like the results, but not the tests.
right. Well, you should be able to, right? Because that's mainly what you're interested in. How did you do on your individual tests, right? All right.
Although I guess it does tell us in
Well, it
the
tells you how you did,
yeah.
but it doesn't tell you, the questions that you got right and wrong, right? So, okay. So if we take a look, we can find some places where we might need to focus a little bit more of our attention, but again, overall, I was really happy with how things went, and I think you guys should be very, very proud of yourselves. I'm certainly very proud of you, myself, and just happy that you're able to pull together and do as well as you did, which was very, very well. So we see some, we can just look at scores here, and I'm not going to point anyone out individually, but we can see where we need to maybe step up our game a little bit. And also, if you take a look at this and you look at your two, what you really should do right now is look at your two events that you did and see which one went better than the other, if you haven't seen this already. Okay, and whichever one didn't go so well is probably the one that you want to spend more time on between now and the state competition.
So when's the state competition?
Saturday, April 10th.
Okay, thanks.
Yep. And it will be it'll be run through the SciOlympiad, just like the Harvard Invitational was, and it'll have the same events. So of course it's not going to have the exact same tests, but the format and everything is going to be, as far as I know, the same. It's just that the scheduling may be different, so that it's possible not everybody would have their same events. Okay, but yeah, we did really well. We can also compare our results to Gallagher and see some places where we beat them handily most of the time, but there were some places where we were either pretty close or they beat us by a little bit. So we may want to try to focus on some of those areas too. Okay, to make some improvements. Not to say that we need to make our singular focus Gallagher Middle School, but basically, as I understand it, if we want to win the states, it for the past few years has come down to between us and Gallagher. There was one year where Mount Hope, not Mount Hope, Kickamuit from Bristol Warren snuck in there, but generally it's between us and Gallagher. So we can kind of, we can kind of use them as a basis for comparison. Let's say that we don't want to make them our righteous enemy, but we can at least use them to compare and think about where we stand and where we might want to work a little harder. All right. So, I think you guys can see these results too, but having downloaded them onto a spreadsheet and then, I have all the teams on here. I just, so if I do unhide, you'll be able to see them. Okay, so I've got every school's results, but I just hid everybody else's except ours. So let's see if I can undo that. Yeah, okay. All right, so these are the teams from Rhode Island. Now I expect there will be more teams than this doing the state competition. I expect to see Bristol Warren, in other words, Kickamuit, come in and be part of that competition, the state competition. But having done the Harvard Invitational definitely gives us an advantage in the sense that, we have the experience under our belts now. And so a team coming in fresh without having done it at all before will have very little idea of what to expect. Gabrielle, yes, I can share the spreadsheet with you. Absolutely. Yep. Just gotta, so I'm gonna have to upload it to Google Sheets and then share it as a Google Sheets file.
Will people who did 3 events have to still do those 3 events?
Well, I guess it depends on the schedule. You know, if you did 3, the chances of 2 of those overlapping are higher, obviously, than if you only did 2. So no, you certainly wouldn't have to do 3 again, if that was sort of overly much. But to whatever extent possible, I am going to try to keep the same events with each person, right? So, I mean, I think that only makes sense. You know, you worked hard for the invitational on that stuff, and so just to continue that to the state competition just makes sense. But if you have, you know, if you felt like that was, if any of you who did 3 events, and I know there were several of you who did, if you felt like that was too much, then feel free to request, you know, not doing 3 events. That's totally fine. I'll ask somebody else. Okay. All right. So any other questions or comments or that you want to share? I will put this on your Google, or I'll put it on my Google Drive and then share it with you, so you'll be able to see it. Okay. Meanwhile, so until next week, I think what you should do is take a look at, you know, at the results and see which, again, see which of your 2 events went better for you and which of the 2 events went worse for you. And then maybe think about, start trying to think about what you could do better on the 3 events that didn't, or the event that went worse for you. The other thing is, let's see. No, we closed it. Okay. So the other thing is I'm going to try and find, you know, I'm going to try and fix that link to on the student dashboard to the graded tests, because that should be there. I don't know why it's not. If you have, what am I thinking? If you have what? I just lost my train of thought completely. Graded test.
We can actually find that too. Instead of clicking graded test, we click team results.
Yeah, but team results only show you, well, it doesn't show you anything, right? If I mean, are you?
It does. You have to click tournament results again.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay, that just gets you to here, which is fine. You can see what, you know, you can look us up and there we are, and see how you did on your events. But I'm going to share that information with you anyway. What I'm more interested in is that you're able to go to the student dashboard and actually see the graded tests. So you not only do you see your score on the test, but you see what, you know, what questions you got right and what questions you got wrong. It should also show you the correct answers. So that information is going to be pretty valuable going into our state tournament. So I want to make sure that we have access to that. Okay. All right. Any other questions or anything? Oh, I know the other thing I wanted to tell you was if you're interested in taking any of the tests, they are available online at, let's see, I'll put the link in the chat here. I think I will. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, here we go. Okay, so there is a shared drive on the Harvard Brown invitational site. And so I'm putting that link in the chat now. Okay, and that site or that link contains the, here, I'll put it on screen. So that link, this is the shared folder here. And it's just like the previous one that had the 2020 Division B exams and keys. But this one, of course, has the 2021 exams and keys, the one that we just did. So these are the both, I think it's both the blank test and the answer key. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, okay, it is. So water quality test, water quality key, Road Scholar test, Road Scholar key. Okay. So you can look at those too, but it's going to be most valuable to look at your graded tests and see exactly where you went wrong. Oh, it says that you need access. Ah, okay. Darn it. Okay. All right. So I will.
I think that, wait, sorry, but I think that's because we're logged into our accounts.
Mhm.
For BMS, so yeah.
Yeah, Bill, this is my personal Google Drive. So I will have to see if I can share it with this, and then I should be able to share it with you guys, or I could get the link. No, the link didn't work. Okay. All right, so now we've got about 2 minutes remaining in our Zoom session here, and I don't plan on going over today. So this will be the last thing I do. Okay, if I succeed. That one? No, let's try this one. Yeah. Okay. Here. Yep. Okay, this is the one. All right, so shared with me. Not finding it. Maybe it's one of these, I'm not sure. Nope. Okay, well, I'll have to figure it out, and when I do, I'll figure out how to share it with you.
I think it's because we're in our school accounts.
Say again? What did you
I
say?
think it's because we're in our school accounts.
Yeah, I know it is, but it still should be able to share that with you, because you guys were able to access the other drive, right? With the 2020 tests and answer keys. That's a shared drive too. So I'll just have to figure it out. Once I do, I'll let you know. Okay, so I think we're about to end here. I will stop sharing my screen. And yeah, like I said, anybody who decides you want to opt out, let me know. But I certainly